Welcome back to another video of Xtreme Stories and New Year from their story. Like always. But today's story is going to be about the next door neighbor. Of course, next door neighbor, as of right now, just to let you guys know, is not living here. And here's why. Because it's a very sad story. So, just to let you guys know, this is going to be a really weird story. So, prepare to be amazed. And of course, you know, he was next door. Just next door. And of course, it took place back in 2011, and that's when the first time I actually met the neighbor's kid, I should say. So the neighbor's kid, over there, whoever heard her, was pretty nice and really loving and really loving person. And that's all I heard back then. And there was even good times when I'm outside enjoying the weather. The neighbor would sometimes, and the neighbor's kid would sometimes wave and say, "Hello, how you doing?" And later on, learn his name was, for the sake of this video, we're just going to call him Paul. That's what we're going to call him, Paul. Yeah, so also Paul invited me to his house a few times, just for some ice cream pops or something. But that was it. I didn't hear from him until 2014, 3 years later, when he was actually in high school. And overheard from my dad, by the way of, what's going on. And by the way he heard it, he said that Paul had been getting into a lot of trouble by robbing his grandmother's basement of soda cans and, just taking off asking. And also, he's been doing other stuff like, stealing probably from stores, I guess. Which is kind of surprising because you didn't imagine this from him, because 3 years ago I knew him as a nice child, but now 3 years later he's this person. And also, he told me that he also crashed his parents' car, and it was and he said it was totally wrecked, and he was sent to jail for that too, the day before he actually told me. So basically, he's off the streets for then, but then 3 months later, after that, he was released from prison, and he still didn't learn his lesson. So pretty much, he kept going with his stuff, and even got to the point where he even smoked. He started smoking for the first time, smoking cigarettes. That's what I overheard later on. And then, yeah, he flunked out of school. He just, quit altogether. And that was before the year I went to high school as a freshman. But then that's when things get really bad. Since Paul didn't go to school anymore, since he flunked out, what I heard from my mom was that he started writing research on the street. At first I didn't believe her, but then, I come home from school one day and I see him doing it. And I'm like, what is he doing? He's supposed to be in school. And that's not even the worst part. A few days later after that, there was a report of smoke coming from, mom reported some smoke coming from a garage. His garage. And mom assumed that he was smoking. And she went out to pick my brother from the rest stop. And of course she smelled it. And it was too strong. It was like, it smelled almost like weed, basically. So the police were called. Not by my mom, but by some other family, I guess, some other, neighbor or something. Probably by the grandmother, I don't know. But they called the police, and he was arrested once again. And so were his friends, because his friends were, joining him in the act as well. So they were all arrested. But that still didn't stop him, because a few months later, he was back on the street, causing more trouble. For this third time. But that all came to an end in June 2016. Where he was sent to prison and never returned. Returned. Yeah, never returned. He was done. Seriously, he was done. He kept doing the same things over and over again, and he got arrested for real. Never came back. So to this day, he's not been back. So I think he's been there. I think he's gonna be there for probably a long time. And I bet even there today, he's probably looking down his food while there's some security officer surrounding him, making sure he doesn't escape or anything. And he could have graduated last school year, because he was 2 years older than me. So he could have been done going on to a good college, but instead he's looking down his plate while some security officer is probably staring at him, ready to make sure he doesn't escape. But anyways, that was today's video. Thanks for joining this video, and feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. And we'll see you in another Xtreme Stories video next Tuesday. Or Roblox, just Roblox, yeah, Roblox. See you in the Roblox video. See you in Roblox video tomorrow. If you're coming to check out the Roblox videos.